guess so. It feels so weird. Welcome back to Grassroots Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company. James Buchanan and Sam Tarleton, TMB, BNT, whatever you want to refer to that show without James Buchanan, presented by Starne's Barbershop. Usually I'm here with Lady Huskies head coach James Buchanan and Huskies head coach Sam Tarleton, but today, just Huskies head coach Sam Tarleton. This feels so weird.
Yeah, this is terrible, Tyler.
I don't know. It already doesn't feel right with it being spring break.
The literal star of the show.
I know. And it feels so weird. We haven't done just a Sam Tarleton show since state tournament in 2022. It's been almost exact 2 years ago.
It's been a long time. Like I said, it's not the same. It just feels weird.
Usually he's the one that always starts it out and says something first.
He's saying something funny and leading the show right now. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we miss you, Coach.
We do. He'll never see this unless somebody shows it to him. We need to get him to watch some of these somehow.
No chance.
You think we could somehow convince him to get a Facebook account?
No chance. I think
they go to YouTube. Does he have a YouTube?
I think he watches like shorts, YouTube shorts, or something like that. He will if he like comes across on his, I don't know, but he'll never have like a Twitter or Facebook, nothing like that. I don't think. If you wanted to watch it, you had to bring him here and like put it in front of him.
I'll have to give him a flash drive of like every one of them. I don't even know if he'd watch them then.
Yeah, I think if you gave him something where he could just, I don't know. I just don't think he's going to do the social media thing, and he's probably better off for it.
YouTube is maybe the only one you could talk him into doing.
Yeah,
because you can get on YouTube on a desktop without an account.
I don't know what he likes watching those. Like I don't know. They'll do is it like Key and Peele or whatever?
Yeah,
they'll do
skits.
Like the skits and the voiceover things and the politics stuff. He likes that stuff. So
okay. But yeah, it feels weird. We're in his office without him. It's already weird enough that it's spring break. There's no cars in the parking lot. We switched chairs where you're in his chair and we're all positioned different. And
we should have done this on the floor. So I didn't think this feel this weird.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, how you doing today?
I'm good. Tired, but I'm good.
You've kind of had a little bit of time to settle down since you beat Harriman last week. It's not been quite an exact week. Today is Monday, but at this time last week, you were still preparing to play them on the road. Mm-hmm. Now that the dust is kind of settled, you've defeated the number one team in state, you've punched your ticket to state, and you've got a week of practice in. How are you feeling going into this week?
I think the girls don't get enough time, and I think the boys get too much.
I would agree.
Yeah, I don't know how you fix that because you got to do them at separate times, but 3 or 4 days is good. You can get in there and you can get prepared. After that, you're like, I don't know. Are you overthinking it? Are you like coming up with too much stuff? I don't know. I think the boys have done a really good job of preparing. We got the chance to, we watched this team till we're blue in the face. We're going to Tusculum today. They were gracious enough to let us get in there and get up some shots. So we've had the opportunity to practice at a few different places, kind of get used to bigger floors. We're just ready to get on the bus tomorrow and get down there, and then Wednesday we're ready to tip it up and see if we can stay alive.
9 days between games?
Something like that. That's too much.
Some teams get 10 if you play on Thursday in your opening game. That is wild. Do you think maybe a fix could be playing at different locations? I know you can't play every game, boys and girls, in the same week at the Murphy Center, but do you think it'd be kind of beneficial if they were to schedule maybe Tennessee Tech and Murphy Center the same week?
I don't know. I think that kind of takes the, everybody wants to go to the glass house.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes the, I don't know what it takes away from it, but I don't know how they could fix it. I guess you could just be gracious that you get a chance to go down to the state tournament and play when they tell you to play. I think that's probably the smartest thing to do.
The opponent that you're playing, I have to ask, is it Santa Fe or Santa Fe?
It is. I was saying Santa Fe like a big idiot, but I was watching some films, and a couple of their films had the radio broadcasts over it, and Santa Fe.
That's what I was told also.
F-E-E. Fee.
F-E-E?
Well,
or is that how you say
like when they do the pronunciation?
Okay.
Fee, yeah. So
we're
playing Santa Fe on Wednesday.
Okay, so if you've been calling it Santa Fe like us, Santa Fe.
What's that, New Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're not going there.
No. That'd be, you would have left last week if you were going there probably. Because if you were to take a bus, that would have taken a long time. You'd have been more beneficial to take a plane out there.
They're a really good team. So, I don't guess there's any bad teams left.
Yeah, that's true. Once you get to the state tournament, everybody's good, whether you barely sneak in or not. you're still a good team nonetheless.
You want me to talk about what you want me to talk about them? Or?
Yeah, we can go ahead and talk about them now.
Okay.
We'll figure something out in the second half. But we kind of touched on them last week. They had another player in Slaughter that was snubbed for Mr. Basketball that was up for consideration. You know that he's going to come in. He's going to get his 25-30 a game more than likely. But what is your plan to kind of shut him down and stop him?
We're just going to have to, like I said, we kind of talked about it with Harriman. I don't think there's no shutting. You don't shut Jason Brenton down. You don't shut Jordan McCollum down. You don't shut this Alden Slaughter kid down. You just got to try to make it really, really hard on him. So we're going to, load up on him when he has it. Try to show him two or three bodies. And the biggest thing is he's going to take a lot of shots. I think they talk about NBA usage rate. His usage rate would be the highest of anybody's in the league. He got the ball probably 80-90% of the time for them. And I bet he takes well over 50% of their shots. So, big thing is to realize he's going to score. When somebody takes that high volume of shots, he's going to score 25 probably. But when he takes those bad ones, you got to get the first rebound. You got to make them really tough on him. You can't put him on the free throw line. I think that's going to be a big thing. He really attacks and gets to the free throw line. We got to keep him off the free throw line. And realize that he's going to make some shots, but we just got to make him take tough ones. And then moving on down their list, they got a really good player in Atkinson, number 11 for them. He's probably their second best player. I would, compare him to, if you think, I try to do it like this for my kids because they're real familiar with guys we play a lot. I think Andrew Cole or Pete Bonowich from University High, their number 11, Atkinson, is a kind of a player like that. He can shoot the three. He likes to get downhill. So we played kids like that before. And then they got what I would call their X factor is number 10, a Groves kid. He's left-handed. He's kind of undersized post, but he's really good on the offensive glass. He can score all three levels. He can hit a standstill three. He's decent in the post, so we got to really work hard on keeping him off the offensive glass. And then from there, they just play. I think they're young. They play a couple other guys. Number 12, I think it's a Hazlitt kid. Number 3 is a freshman. He's a Slaughter. I don't know if he's any kin to the good Slaughter. And then a 14. They all can make shots. They can stand still threes. They go really offensive rebound really, really hard. Just good role players that know what they got to do for their team to be successful. I think they were like 17-1, ranked first in the state for most of the year, and then they lost a few down the stretch here. But I mean, still, like I said, there's no bad teams. A really, really good team. It's going to be really, really, really hard challenge for us. I think kind of like Harriman, the team that gets out there, gets the nerves out, and settles into what they're trying to do and executes a game plan is going to be the team that comes out ahead.
How excited are you for this trip to the state tournament? I know each of them feel different. I think we talked about it. This is your 4th trip in 7 years now. Mm-hmm. How special is this one?
I think we kind of talked about that last week. They're all special. And, for a coach, it's hard to rank each one because,
You got the first one that's always special. Then you got maybe who your best team is that's special. Yeah.
I think each, like I say, each one kind of comes with different challenges. That first one, you're not really expecting to go. You're kind of learning on the fly with the kids. I was 23 years old, and those kids were 18. They're like my, we talk about them kids coming in and practicing with us. Those are like my little brothers. So, that one's special. And then I feel like the second time we went with Chris and Kendall and Chance and Caden and all them, Shane Cooter, Cody Fresh, I feel like that was probably talent-wise my best team. And, everybody's telling you at the start of the year, hey, you're supposed to go and you're supposed to make some noise down there. We went down there and won a game. So, that one's special because that was hard when all those expectations are placed on you. And then the next year you lose 90% of your scoring, 95% of your scoring. You got Cody coming back, that's it. And then, that was a year we had, foreign exchange students, and we had some guys step up, Sam and Jason. Jason kind of, we saw it his freshman year, but then he became a star quick there that sophomore year. And then you had, Jasper and Ollie and Morrow and Cody and Sam and Tyler Sanchez. Did you say?
Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie Sorella. So, I mean, that one, you didn't really feel like you were supposed to go, but, you turn into being a really good team there at the end. And then this year, I'm sitting here telling you guys at the start of the year, hey, we're going to be good. Mm-hmm. And then I'm looking like an idiot around Christmas time. because we're 9-13 or 11-13 or whatever heck we are, 9-11, 11-13. And I knew, like I told you, that we had a great summer. We had some good kids coming back. I think last year a lot of those guys kind of cut their teeth as sophomores, and they had some experience under their belt. And then we're coming out and we played a tough schedule on purpose to kind of get us ready for this point, and things are just not going how we want them to go. Guys are not playing how I know they're capable of playing. We took some losses to good teams, and then like you start feeling that, and people start chirping. Everybody's on the coach. I've all of a sudden forgot how to. I forgot how to coach. I heard it over and over. I've lost these boys. They don't want to play for me no more. Then you got guys pressing. You talk about like you have a vision for how it's supposed to go, and it's not going that way. And really, I mean, we got to a point where I told them we got kind of one or two things we can do. We can hang it up and say, hey, it just wasn't our year, or we can come together right here and we can keep fighting and try to figure out a few things to get us to a place where we thought we could be. And I thought, man, I'm super, super proud of them for sticking together, toughing it out when it would have been easy to just lay down. And we had guys step up the whole second half of the year. I think we had a lot of those guys turn into what I'll call all conference caliber players. And then, of course, Jason has been just absolutely amazing this whole year. And it's all come together here at the right time, and it kind of came to fruition there with that win against Harriman. Golly, what a win. And with everything stacked against us, it's hard to say that one isn't the most, I guess, rewarding out of all of them.
It's special nonetheless. I know you said each of them special in their own right, but that was kind of what I was getting at too. Does that one feel like the most rewarding, knowing everything that you went through this year?
I think so. It's just like
you had the expectations to go the year before. You didn't really have the expectations middle of January to go back this year.
No, we were fight, scratching, and clawing to figure out how we were going to win a game, let alone go to the state tournament. And I mean, it's just been amazing to see what these kids have done. All the credit to them. Never giving up and kind of buying into what we're selling, and sticking with it. And man, you watched that game the other night. Golly, they were just awesome. All of them that played were awesome.
But anyway, we'll go ahead and jump into the break. That's the state tournament preview. Kind of had some time to talk about Harriman since the dust settled. We'll go ahead and talk about a few things in the second half when we come right back in just a minute here on Grassroots Media.
My name is Robert Starnes. I'm a lifelong resident of Northern Greene County, where I currently reside here with my wife and 3 children. I was in Barber in Greenville for the last 6 years, but I have recently changed locations to my new shop in Baileyton. It's at 285 Mortis Hollow Lane, Afton. I'm also a proud supporter of North Greene Athletics. Come see me for all of your men and boys grooming needs. Go Huskies!
Baileyton Drug Company services the surrounding communities of Baileyton with excellent patient care using a full-line pharmacy, over-the-counter selections, and a convenient drive-thru. When you visit us, you are treated as a neighbor, not a number. It's not just our slogan, but our culture. We're investing in our patients, local schools, and community. For over 5 years now, we have established ourselves as an independently family-run pharmacy that isn't driven by corporate goals. We are driven by what is best for your overall health and wellness. We're conveniently located so you don't have to make the drive. Prescription drugs are just the tip of the iceberg. We also offer natural remedies, essential oils, at-home medical needs such as walkers, rollators, bath accessories, as well as wound care products. And coming soon, basic urgent care services. What makes us better than other drugstores out there? When you frequent Baileyton Drug, you will receive professional, courteous, and friendly service that goes above and beyond any other pharmacy in the area. Remember, you're a neighbor, not a number.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts, the Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
Do we even clap? How do we start this?
I don't know.
Do we just jump back into it right now? Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Grassroots Media. Baileyton Drug Company, Sam Tarleton show, I guess. Don't have James here, so
it's the James Buchanan, Sam Tarleton, TMB,
B&T, whatever you want to refer to that show.
Since you've been doing that, I've been winning.
Exactly
again.
what I was about to say.
Oh,
Since I started that, we'll have to go back and look. I might flash a graphic up here if I get the chance to do that. In the
Really,
time
we
today.
had no problems. Nothing I was doing or nothing these kids were doing was a problem. You were the problem the whole time.
I guess so. Ever since I started saying B&T, TMB, whatever you want to refer to that show, you started winning games.
Started feeling comfortable again.
There we go. Presented by Starne's Barbershop, too. We can't forget about that.
Hey, did I tell you what this man did? He gave me a free haircut, all right? And then, this is what kind of barber Robert Starnes is. He calls, and I had one, like I said, that was less than a week ago, but he called and said, hey, man, I'm going to be going out of town for, a week and a half, 2 weeks. Would you like me to come over here and get one before the state tournament? So, I mean, just he communicates, and I would have been getting a little bushy. So, I went over there and got another one. So this man he's on top of it. Shout out Robert Starne.
Grade A, best in the business.
I don't even think it's close.
So what you got going on this week outside the state tournament? Hopefully spending the whole week down there until Saturday.
Fun fact about me, I coach middle school softball.
I think you had told me that once
Grandview.
before.
Yeah,
okay.
my girlfriend's daughter plays softball for Grandview, and I went to the games there that whole first year. I was going to the games. And then they asked, hey, would you be interested in coaching? I thought, well, if I'm going to go to these games anyway, I might as well get paid for it. So
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I might as well get paid. So that's what I've been doing that. They play today, actually. I shout out to all my assistant coaches. I haven't been there, but I think I was able to make it to one game. So, that keeps me, if I need to get my mind off its basketball for a second, I'll go do that. I watched Tennessee Kentucky play. I guess that was Saturday night. Duke Carolina, coach. I'm sorry, Duke got beat. I just don't think they're very good.
You could go throughout the.
Did your boys beat Oklahoma?
They won 7 in a row against Oklahoma.
7 in a row against Oklahoma.
Hey, I told you they'd be a 7 or 8 seed a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right. What kind of seed is that? What they're going to be?
If they beat Kansas State in the opening round of the Big 12 tournament, I've heard that they'll lock themselves into a 7. If they lose, then it's very doubtful to be a 7.
I think that coach does a pretty good job.
Terry, I like Rodney Terry. It's just it's kind of like Duke right now. The staff they're working with, the roster. I don't know. It's like you mentioned with Duke. The roster construction is just.
Well,
you have a power forward playing center. You don't really have a true power forward.
Where's he been there? 2 years?
Which one, Shire?
No, I'm talking about
Rodney Terry. Yeah, they both been there too.
Give him a little time.
I think so too.
A little time.
I still think you need to give a coach at least 3 to 4 to really fill them out. I hate the coaches who give them 2 years and okay, it's not going how they go. Let's fire them because then you don't have enough time to get the recruits under them and everything like that, especially in football.
I think they'll be okay. What else were we talking about? Me? Oh, we've been practicing a lot. We practice every day. Tusculum, we've been over there the last 2 days. Shout out to those guys. They've been really good about Coach Jackson Miller. Really good about letting us come over there and get some shots up on a bigger floor with the stanchion style goals. I think I don't know if that helps or not, but maybe any little thing that can make these boys feel a little bit more comfortable. So that's been fun.
Have you done that before?
Yeah, I think I've done it. The last time we went, I think we went over there.
Okay.
Of course, every time we've gone, we've practiced at Tennessee Tech on the way down. I think that's first off, it's a good experience for the kids, and then it's just so they're not so shell shocked when they get out there. It's different, and I think the only difference is just open. Usually, when you're shooting around here, you're going to a gym around here, you got a backdrop. There's a wall, within 20 or 30
I've
feet.
always talked about that too. That depth perception messes with you.
Yeah, I remember playing at Tennessee High, in high school. That's on that one side back there when they move the curtains or whatever. It's
Stage
open. It's open. It's definitely different. But I think a lot of people, feed too much into that stuff. Miss basketball, 10-foot goals. If you can shoot, you can shoot. If you can't, you can't. I don't know. One big thing I noticed down there and that we talked about is, I think I heard this the last time we were there. It seems like there's a little tighter whistle at the state tournament as far as, when people are driving, they're getting these foul calls. So we definitely want to be the aggressor. We want guys getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line. And when you play defense, you got to play defense without fouling. I mean, that's one of the strengths of their best player. He gets to the free throw line, so we got to do a good job about that. I think it was very lopsided in James' games last 2 years, if I remember right.
I remember last year Sonya was in foul trouble, and this year Hannah was in foul trouble a little bit, but you kind of left her in because she got in foul trouble second half. You couldn't take her out at that point. But this is the TMB show at the end of the day. Even though James isn't here, I'd like to talk about the girls.
Let's
I don't know
do
if
it.
you got to see any of it. Did you watch it?
Yeah,
on
I watched it.
NFHS?
I'm girls' biggest fan.
What did you think of the game? I still think they played a great game overall.
Oh, they played a heck of a game. I mean, to me, just when I looked at two teams, I think, Greenfield's definitely more athletic. I think maybe guard play as far as getting downhill a little better, but that's nothing the girls haven't faced all year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those girls do such a great job of playing to their strengths. I say this all the time. James is the best. It's not, to me, it's not even close. And I think what makes him the best is just his preparation. I've said that several times. So anytime he takes a team down there, anytime he takes a team anywhere, they're going to be prepared. As far as percentages go, here I seen the big thing. I think the other team shot a ton more free throws.
I've got it right here. They shot 28 free throws. James shot 9 free throws.
Okay, and I think that a lot of people say, reffing was bad, this, that, and the other. I think that kind of goes back to the guard play and style of play, how their guards kind of, look to attack. Whereas with North Green, we run, the flow, the high-low, trying to get the ball in the post. And when other people, lay off down in there, I think you've seen with those Cloudlands games, they kind of take girls and lay off in the post, which forces us to do and score from other places. And I think, I don't know how many threes we hit. I know I've seen Lauren hit a few maybe, and then
6
Cadence,
of 16.
Cadence had a
Cadence
couple.
hit 2.
Yeah.
And Cadence and Lauren were both 2 of 3.
Okay. Well, I think, with people laying in on you like that, you either got to make a ton of threes or you got to have other people getting downhill and getting to the free throw line. And I think that small gap right there is where where the 6 points is made up.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I've been proud of those girls all year. I know you said you thought maybe last year's team. I think this year's team was even more improving. I think last year's team, you had all the injuries and all that, which made it really hard. As far as this year, you had Haley and Hannah, but I mean, all the other guards, let's just talk about them. Heidi Harmon, she hasn't played very many minutes, but I can tell you one thing.
She's going to hustle more
oh
than
my
any player out
gosh,
there.
by the end of the year, especially by the middle of the year, I thought she was really, really helping them. Great defensive player. She got to where she could knock down some shots. She had 14 points in here against, who was that in the regional game? Who they playing?
Washburn?
Yeah, Washburn. No, not the next one. Or the first one. It was at home.
Hancock County?
Yeah, Hancock County. I think she was the leading scorer. But just great player. Lauren Blevins hadn't played basketball here since her freshman year. Hit 2 big threes there. I think she's long.
She hit one real late, too,
Yeah,
that brought it down to 4.
Yeah, tough one. She's long, and I think she has a chance to be a really great defender. And this Mercy, the growth, I'll be the first one to tell you. I thought she was maybe a little shaky at the start of the year. But that is you can ask Sam English. He'll tell you. Lawson Davenport knows. That what Mercy was trying to do this year, that is the single toughest job in high school basketball. When you're responsible for the bulk of the ball handling, hey, they're going to throw it to you. It's you out there on the island. You got to get it up the floor and get your team into something. And I thought just the progress she made from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, she got to where she could handle it. She was making big shots. Her and James, they got through without killing each other. They're just alike. I think it's hilarious.
They did have a little bickering session over on the bench at one point. I think she had picked up maybe her second or third foul or something had happened as she walked over there, and she's like real tense, like shaking her hands, and he's just giving her a teaching lesson. But you could tell like they're still going to go at it, whether it's here in the Husky Den or down there in the Glass House in the state tournament.
You don't know. My dad coached me in high school, so I feel that pain. Obviously, Jane, you can get on yours a little harder, and then when you're the kid, it's like, God, am I ever doing anything right? But that's something that she's going to look back on. He's going to look back on with Grace and Mercy in 10 years, and you ain't going to be able to replace that. Those times you spent together, that bond. My dad still comes and helps me now. He's the first person if I need any advice or anything, that's who I call. And it's just awesome, opportunity to have. I thought Cadence came in, hit 2 big shots. Who am I missing? Lisa played well down the stretch, and I thought she was using that South Green game.
Mm-hmm. She had her career high, I think,
Yeah.
maybe, what was it, senior night against Sullivan East?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the game she scored double digits and played
Haley
well.
Bailey, speaks for itself. Did she come off the bench starting out last year?
I think so.
Come off the bench. Now she's a Miss Basketball final.
Had a double-double in her
Yeah.
final game. That's remarkable,
So
too.
that just speaks to the hard work and golly, she's a good player. I think a player that would have a chance to play at a small college. And like you said, she was really good the other night. I think she had a double-double. And then Hannah, every year she's been here, she's gotten better. I think really good offensive player, but I think coaches said it. You cannot. I don't think the normal fan knows what she means to that team as far as defense-wise, like how much she cleans up, and that is so important to have. So I thought the girls. Every time you go down there, obviously you want to win, but that don't define them. Golly, you talk about a great year. You talk about going 5 straight times, defying all odds. I think it just speaks to the type of coach James is and the type of kids that he has played on his team.
26 wins also, that's remarkable. Anytime you can get over 20 is great, but
Good.
over 25 special too. Another player that Coach mentioned that gets better every game, it seems like, is Ella Head. She's one that always improves every game, it seems like.
How'd I forget Ella?
They've got so many guards.
Yeah, well,
it's hard to
I was
remember
going
them all.
through and I was trying to go off the top of my head, but no, Ella, she all district and then all district tournament. Was she all region? I just think to me, when I first seen her when she got here, I thought, she's gonna be decent, but she's only a sophomore. She got a chance to be a really, really good player. I think she was getting to the point where she's looking to score. She's a very, very good shooter. I seen that she added. She kind of got to the paint, added a little float game. So no, she's I think been a pleasant surprise as far as, and I'm not like that ain't no knock on her or nothing, but as far as what she was when she got here to now, she's got a chance to be she's already an all-conference type player, but she got a chance to return next year. She keeps taking a jump to be one of the better players in the league. So, never say never with James. He just keeps going. He'll be fine again next year.
Don't want to put too much pressure on him, but we could see them back in the glass house and be talking about them like this way
You
again
can't
next
put
year.
pressure on Coach. He's a winner.
How about your boys going to state?
Couldn't be more proud of him. Like you said, I think we had a lot of growth. I could go through, of course, Jason. We talked
I
about.
was talking about Crockett.
Oh, my boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
your alumni.
What a great season they've had. We scrimmaged them in here. And,
Did you?
Yeah, we scrimmaged them in here and started season. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
God, they're good.
I watched them once this year.
Yes, only the second. And, of course, Cody. Me and Cody go way. I'll tell you, Cody's their coach, Cody Connell. He's 2 years older than me. He went to Boone. We used to have, I played travel baseball with his brother, Kevin, and who played at Boone. And then Kirby's at Tennessee right now. Kind of grew up around all them guys. Cody's done a great job, even though he's a Boone guy. He's done a great job with them. I think that's the second trip to the state tournament ever. I think they went back in 2016 when they had Patrick Good and that crew. But yeah, they always try to shoot Cody a text and tell him good luck or how good a job he's doing. Hopefully we'll get down there and we'll win that first day so we can watch him. But no, I thought you were talking about Miles. I just talked about Miles.
Yeah, we talked about them so much. That's why you started talking about we, and I was like, oh, he thinks I'm talking about North
No,
Green.
my boys is North Green. Not no. I'm proud of those guys. I'm proud of the coaches. I know a lot of the players. It's good to go. We go down there at the Hardest Classic every year, and it's good to play at home. But they got a really, really good team. I'm hoping they can go down there and make some noise.
Thinking back to it, have you played Crockett in the Hardest Classic in the last few years?
Not in the last few years. We played them with that bunch, Chris Schultz and Kendall.
Okay.
They beat us by 2.
Okay, so one of the only, 4 losses that year?
Yeah, 5
Was it
losses.
Crockett?
Was it Crockett?
Was it 5?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to say if we played them at the end of the year and we had it all figured out, we're winning that game. But
Those Thanksgiving games, you kind of always just sweep them under the rug.
yeah,
anyway.
we're trying to learn. So, anyway,
Absolutely.
Cody would say the opposite, but I don't know. We've always competed. And ever since we were little, we played baseball against each other and basketball. And Cody likes to win, and I like to win. So that's always fun. But at the end of the day, you want to see guys that you know and guys that you like do well, and I'm glad he has.
Who'd you say his brother was at Tennessee? Kirby Connell?
Kirby coming now, you know.
Yep.
Bally
Mustache.
Fingers.
Yeah.
Bally Fingers, yeah.
Is he still a player?
Yeah, he plays this year.
Is he? Okay.
Doing
I didn't
well.
know if he was a player or if he had turned into a coach now.
No, he's a player. Left-handed pitcher. I think he's very crafty. Don't throw like
He doesn't
really,
throw
really
gas,
hard.
but I mean,
Yeah.
he'll locate it.
Yeah, and of course he's a fan favorite. I
He's
Kirby-
the easiest to recognize for sure.
think Kirby was good when we were running around there playing. And Kirby's 5 or 6 years old, and he's as good as people would be when they're 10 or 12. So we always knew Kirby was going to be good.
I think that's all we've got left. Is there anything you want to add before we hop off?
Nope.
Touched on Santa Fe, by the way.
Know
not
anything
Fe.
about wrestling? So you and James are
No, we'll touch on that maybe next week.
no wrestling.
We'll do a closeout show. Hopefully have a state championship here when we do the closeout show
That'd be
next
cool.
week.
That'd be really cool.
Have James back then. Touched on the girls, touched on Crockett. I think that's all we've got left, though. Coach, thank you.
It wasn't the same, but
Feels
we
weird.
got through it.
We did. It'll be a pretty good show. It'll be interesting to see if you get more views than he
I doubt it.
does solo.
They watch for James, not me.
Hey, it'll be up tonight, though. If you're watching this late, bus departure at 1:30 tomorrow on Tuesday, so come out and support them and send them off in the right way. But that's all we've got this week, Coach. Thank you once again. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company, TMB, B&T, whatever you want to refer to it as show, presented by Starne's Barbershop. Look forward to seeing you all next week here on Grassroots Media.